Welcome to the biggest solution in the universe, the show where we discuss every solution in the universe, from death to euthanasia. With over 4 million downloads, this is the only show where you decide what should or shouldn't be on the big list of solutions. I'm Maddox. With me is Dick.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
And Sean, our audio engineer.
Hello.
And we have a special call-in guest.
We do have a special call-in guest.
Yeah.
Boisterous Coconuts,
Boisterous.
fan favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody, how you doing?
Yeah, this is a new thing. I think this is going to be a benchmark for the show. There's going to be the pre-Skype years and then the post-Skype call-in years.
The PS.
Yeah.
And we should
We
also
have
mention
another very important guest.
very important special
I'm
guest.
so excited about this guest. You have no idea.
Friend of the show. You guys have heard about this man for a long time.
He's been subject to much ridicule but from us and from the fans, but he's here to defend himself and I hope give the closing chapter of the trilogy that is My Man's Struggles Up North. Everybody, please welcome my man.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Steve, Dick's man, Steve. He's not just a man, he is Dick's man.
Right.
He's
Welcome.
he's every man. Like, we're all Steve in some way.
Yeah.
We can all relate to his struggles, his triumphs, his tragedies. We've all been there. Steve, you're living for all of us.
You know, I'm not sure how many triumphs there's been, but I'll have a struggle or two for you. I don't mind.
You triumphed in the one way that matters, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I think so.
Well, you're
Without
doing the
giving too much
show.
away, you have triumphed in the one way that matters.
in one way,
In the matters of love.
over and over again.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I can't wait to hear this.
All right.
beautiful hair too, by the way. Last time I saw this guy, his hair was cropped close like a nerd, and now he comes in. Look at him. He's like Jesus. He's got this flowing, beautiful hair.
You guys both have glorious, beautiful hair.
Thank
Pantene Pro V guys for sure.
Fakai
guys.
is what I use.
What
Not
is it?
Pantene Pro V. Fakai.
Fakai?
Yeah.
Why are we talking about hair care
Yes,
products?
I brought it up. I don't.
Guys, I have something important to talk about before we go on. The biggest solutions from last time, refrigeration.
Yes.
Neck and neck with free birth control. People thought that was a good solution. And then legalized prostitution. They were all in the same neighborhood of votes. And then illustrated condoms, Dick. Barely squeaking by in the solutions territory.
You know, guys, I invented that. I brought that in. Loss of erection. My man, the solution was a condom that is illustrated so that you always put it on correctly the first time.
That's a smart move.
Yeah,
Okay.
right? And it's hugging, it's hovering around zero. Nobody appreciates this, and I invented this. All right, guys? I came up with this all by myself for you, and I get shit on.
You're the
Next
Jesus
time-
of condoms.
Yeah, next time I'm just going to take all my brilliant ideas and I'm going to keep them. How about that?
Yeah, shove them on your dick where they belong. Here's
I'll be
the
like
thing, Dick.
Isaac Newton. I'm just going to keep that shit.
Good. First of all, I see where this whole show's going already. We got the tag team duo, the Dick duo over here. But listen to this, man. This comment from Isaac Stringer says, you can also tell which way a condom goes based on which side the latex is stretching over and which side doesn't. But that's like what 60% of people do. Yeah, when you open up a condom, you look and see if the latex is stretched over, you know which way to roll.
Maddox, please.
What
This
is
is
this guy-
this is a guy who's describing condom use who's read the manual. I have field research, all right? I'm in the field using condoms in the dark. You can't see which way the latex stretches over.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, there's a difference between, like, defusing a bomb, like, in bomb school and defusing a bomb, like, out there in the field.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's like there's so much shit that you're doing when you're trying to get the condom on, you know, like... this
Before
and
she
that,
runs
it's
away.
hard. Exactly.
Man, you guys don't have a condom closet. I have a condom closet. I step in.
I strongly disagree.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So,
Dick's man Steve has a condom closet.
Wait, let me catch everybody up to speed. The way I met my man at Burning Man last year was he walks up to me when I first get there. He's holding a gigantic box, like a box that you would fit a toaster oven in. You know, he's like 2 feet long across, something that you carry with both arms underhand. And he says, hey, you want a condom? And I'm like, why? What are you talking about? He opens the box, and it is full of 1,000 condoms.
Yeah.
That's what he brought. That's how I know
spoke
this
too
guy.
soon. Dick's man, Steve, you definitely did have that condom case, which Dick talked about, and I thought, I got to meet this guy.
Yeah, it's a lot of condoms.
Yeah. So, and Dick, by the way, is about to go on another journey to Burning Man with Dick's man, Steve.
Yep.
So you still haven't gotten rid of the guests you brought last time for Burning Man or the chlamydia. I can't wait to
I
see
don't
what
have
terrible...
chlamydia. I would know if I had it.
Sure?
I didn't have time to get tested, but I would know if I had it.
Yeah, because some woman would
You've had
complain.
a year to get tested for chlamydia. What do you mean you didn't have time?
Hey, look, I typed it into Google, how to get tested for chlamydia, and it gave me all this weird shit. I said, who's got time to deal with all this? Give me an app. That's what I need.
A chlamydia
an app?
app?
That I can download, and it says you got it or you don't.
Yeah, they do. It's called your doctor's phone number in your phone.
I don't
in
know.
the contacts
I
list.
don't know.
I got another comment from Adam Hayes. He says, Maddox saying, "Hi, check out my pussy," has
Oh
now
my
become
God.
has now become one of his ringtones.
Oh.
I guess people really like that. People really like the fade out of that last episode too.
They did.
During our rant.
I got one from John White. He says, here's Maddox's 20-minute shopping list. Soup, number one. Because you said shopping lists are for suckers.
Yeah.
You just remember all the
Yeah.
things you have to get. Here's what you get. Soup,
saw
Hot
this.
Pockets, hot sauce, naan bread, correspondence. You get that at the store? Squats and Hadoukens.
Hadoukens.
And then Justin Zerjev says, don't forget the bags of sand. He throws it on.
Yeah, there's actually two more after that. There's Andrew Kudnick. He says, Cara oranges, number 9. And then number 10 is bicycles. Good, from Tristan. Good. Keep making fun of me. You're a magnanimous host. Thank you for making fun of me. Magnanimous.
You wouldn't know magnanimous if it walked up to you and punched you in the face.
Buddy, I'm made out of magnanimity.
I think that wasn't a word.
Do you think magnanimous is like a Pokemon or something? Like, is that why you think? You know what magnanimous means?
Hey, Asterios, I got it. I got it bad, buddy.
Somebody compared your knowledge of evolution to Pokemon, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Good.
Dickhead.
Cash Larson says, great problem from me with refrigeration. Even Einstein got in on the early refrigerator production. It definitely ain't no shitty rocket science. And he links to the Wikipedia article on Einstein refrigerator. Look, guys, refrigeration is way more important than free birth control. Don't you think? Like, I know free birth control is a great solution, but refrigeration changed the dynamic of society, right?
I'll say this: free birth control could also change the dynamic of society. However, I will give you that it is a bigger solution than free birth control because it affects way more people, and in ways that are that you would use every single day of your life. Almost everything we eat comes out of a refrigerator or goes into one at some point.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I got one last comment. I got one from Reagan Clement. He says, in New Zealand, prostitution was decriminalized in 2003. It made the whole industry a lot safer for workers and clients alike. And he posted lots of links to all these studies they did in New Zealand. And then there was another case study. I think someone in Washington Post did this, where in Rhode Island, prostitution was accidentally legalized for a couple of years. And
Accidentally.
there was some loophole in the law, so police weren't arresting people for prostitution. And they found, like, rapes were on the steep decline during those 2 years.
Oh, really?
Which has really disturbing implications, which suggests that if would-be rapists would potentially just pay for the sex.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's doing the raping. We know that.
Well, yeah.
Asterios, what do you think of prostitution? Are you for it, or are you like a weird prude?
Oh, what? Yeah, I can tell what side of this you're on. Well, look, I'll say that, I mean, even in the time between the last show and this show, Amnesty International has called for legalizing prostitution.
Yeah.
You know, the people that, like, smuggle letters and, like, supplies to prisoners of war. Like, if Amnesty International is fucking calling for it, like, maybe we should legalize prostitution. The only reason we don't have legalized prostitution in America is because of friggin' super conservative asshole politicians who can run on scaring old people about sex. I mean, it's really that simple.
And surprisingly, some of my hardcore feminist friends who you would think would be for legalizing prostitution, because we should stop telling women what they can and can't do with their bodies, right?
Right.
A lot of them are really opposed to this. They say it's going to make things worse for women, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, no, guys, I actually have a friend who's a prostitute. I have a friend who does prostitution, and she doesn't like to call it call
We prefer
girl.
to be called gigolos.
No.
Maddox.
You know, Maddox, text me her number. I want to talk to this girl and just kind of see what she thinks about this. I mean, the kind of the stock line that feminists use, and I know you probably don't want to get too far into this, is like, no little girl grows up saying, one day I want to grow up to be a prostitute. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, they say I want to grow up and be a rainbow because they're stupid kids.
Yeah. Or an
I
astronaut.
want to be a princess. Well, you're not going to be because that's because there's a number of human rights violations that go into being a princess. You stupid little bitch.
But
right? That's reality. You want to be a princess?
Hey, I'll tell you what, though. It's easy to be a prince. Just move to Dubai, and then you're automatically a prince. Everyone in Dubai is a prince. But on Asterios' point, yeah, no little kid either grows up to want to become an accountant either. No little kid wants to be a teller in a bank. No little kid wants to do these boring fucking jobs that adults do. And guess what? They are jobs because they're work. People generally don't like to do them. You do things every day that you don't like to do. Some people actually enjoy sex, and they want to get paid for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Ooh, let me tell you guys a quick story, and then again, I'm sorry to take us off track, but I used to be a transcriber for a show called Mansers.
Yeah.
There's a show on Spike TV called Mansers, and
The
it's
sneaky Greek really meant something when Asterios was a prostitute.
God damn it! All right, hey, look.
So
look,
you're
anyway,
a transcriber. You're a
Yeah,
transcriber
yeah,
for
yeah.
Answers, which Dick and I have both been on. We were extras on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so there was an episode where they were interviewing porn stars. Now, as a transcriber, what you do is you get access to complete, unaltered interviews, and you write down everything that happens in the interview so that the producers can edit it together into a show. But so, long story short, I'm transcribing an interview with one of the world's biggest porn producers, and they ask him so how's the porn industry? Is it super awesome? And he goes, you want the real answer? No, the porn industry is terrible.
Yeah.
The porn industry is awful. People commit suicide all the time.
Yeah.
They get sick. It's a terrible, terrible industry.
Who would think it's awesome? Like a child?
No,
a 13-year-old boy?
Well, some people, some of my friends
You?
who are porn stars. Yeah, no.
Do you think it's awesome? It's awesome? By and large, it's people who are fucking miserable, right?
No, absolutely
By and
not.
large,
No, it's not. No, it's
Maddox,
not.
by
No.
and large, we're talking about the bulk of porn is that amateur shit online that girls get paid $150 for and get used like pieces of meat. They're not happy about that. They're not stars.
Dick, look. I'm talking from experience here, talking to people who are
me
porn
too.
stars. Yeah,
Yeah.
like actual porn stars. And
Not porn stars. I'm talking about the bulk of the industry.
yeah, but you're not basing that on anything. Like, for example, these they said that suicide and depression rate is higher among porn stars, etc. That's fucking not true. It's actually higher amongst accountants. Accountants are miserable and they're killing themselves all the time. So should we just come down on the accounting industry for being miserable and making these people miserable? No, it's just because we have this puritanical view about sex, and for some reason people associate sex with negativity and badness and something unwholesome or impure. But there's no higher rate of
That's because they're doing it right.
What's that?
Sex. That's why it's got to be on. Thank you, Asterios.
Well,
No.
okay, but so
Yeah.
long story short, so they go, okay, now give us the answer we're looking for, and they go 3, 2, 1, and he goes, the porn industry is great. It's
Yeah.
just nonstop hot chicks and fucking and
Yeah.
hot outfits, and it's just awesome. It's like every day's a party,
All right,
and they're
well-
like, great. And then I see the episode, and guess which answer they use? So, I think that's the thing. There's sort of two sides of it. Anytime you hear an interview with a porn star, she says hey, I just love sex. I got into this because I love sex. I love to come, and I love, just being able to express myself my way. But then I think there's the hidden answer that none of us hear, where it's just oh God, I have to clock into work every day and get blasted in the face for $200.
And
It's
smile.
like,
That's
ugh.
the worst part. You don't have to smile at any other job. Can we move on to the next
I'm
to the next
sorry,
bit?
I'm
We got a big bit planned.
Let's talk
for
about
everybody.
this big bit.
Okay, so Asterios and I got together and we planned this bit around Maddox. You had a Facebook post that I happened to see.
Yeah.
Where Ronda Rousey got outed as transphobic or something like that. right?
Trans-misogynistic is what they called her.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh God.
Ronda Rousey's just getting some media spotlight,
Yep.
right? Because she beat the shit out of a woman. Personally, I don't think you should be praised for beating up a woman. I mean, but that's just me, right? So she's just in the national spotlight. I love women. I don't think they should be beaten up for any reason. She's in the national spotlight, and Maddox posts on Facebook, countdown till Ronda Rousey gets outed as being transphobic, homophobic, something, right?
So it gets publicly shamed.
Publicly shamed.
Yeah.
before you even posted that, like 4 minutes before, probably because you were spending so much time analyzing every single word, making a perfect Facebook post, some shit rag outs her as being transphobic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because this is the culture we live in. So Asterios and I cooked up a bit that we call the celebrity shame pool.
Yeah.
Okay? We're all going to throw in some money, and we're all going to pick... Asterios, do you want to say it? We're all going to pick some celebrities that we think are going to get shamed next. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it really is that simple. We're each going to put $20 into a pot, and for $20, we can pick 5 celebrity names. Now, you know, as episodes go by, the pot's going to grow, and then, you know, when one of the names on the big list of shame turns out to be like this week's media target, you get the biggest payout in the universe. Like the Ronda Rousey thing, for example. Like, that headline was the entire story. It wasn't even fucking true. Like the media they make so much money off of turning celebrities into targets for like a day. It's not even like you know, and the next day there's another target, the next day there's another target. So, you know, why don't we make a little bit of money off this? Why don't we turn it into something fun? So, okay, for example, you know, you put $20 in the pool. Let's say one of your names is Neil Patrick Harris, okay? He's a squeaky clean guy, Oscar host, adoptive father, gay rights activist. Like, this guy's one of our finest celebrities. One day, you log on to Twitter, and you see hashtag Neil Patrick ISIS.
So what are the shame rules? Is it...
Now, honestly, I only think there's one rule. Like, no bullshit picks. You can't pick someone who's always in trouble with the law. You can't pick Charlie Sheen. You can't pick Dick Masterson.
Sure,
I mean, that's not fun.
Yeah.
No one who's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. That's not fun.
Donald
You're
Trump,
an asshole for doing that.
You can't pick Donald. You can't
You
pick
can't pick
political
Donald Trump.
people.
No.
Political
no,
people are easy
No,
targets.
yeah.
They're always going to be on.
And it's got to
on
be.
that,
I think it's got to be homophobic, transphobic, misogynist, racist.
racist and
Right.
anti-patriotic or terroristic. That could be one of them too.
I don't know. I think we should
See,
throw
I don't know.
I think
Dixie
we should
Chicks.
throw huge pedo on the list because if you would
huge
pick,
pedo. Yes.
Pedophile.
if you would pick
Okay.
the guy, if you would pick that, the dad from Seventh Heaven or Jared from Subway 2 weeks ago, and you called him a huge pedo, you'd be rolling in dough right now.
It's true.
Yeah, well,
It's true.
I want to have a caveat here because if they actually do get busted for the crime they are being accused of, right? I want this to be like a celebrity where someone would write a think piece about.
Yeah, it can't be a crime.
Yeah,
it's
it
gotta
can't be an actual crime.
Yeah, it's got to be like a thought. Like,
Yeah.
because this is about
All
thought
right.
police.
It's a thought
This is
police,
about
yeah.
the gladiatorial thought police that our media has turned our culture
Because
into.
Ronda
right?
Rousey said something in passing like 3 years ago that they're pouncing all over because now in order for anyone to be praised or liked or just be left alone in our culture, in our celebrity culture, they have to have an unimpeachable record for their entire lives.
Yeah, ridiculous.
It's absurd.
Okay, so Maddox, you want to go first?
Yeah, I got a good list here. I got a
Okay.
good list.
Well, we're gonna go around the horn. You
Yeah.
pick one, and then we're gonna do.
Okay, all
So
right.
the reason is I wanted us to do a fantasy football draft, but I'm the only one who would care about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I'd totally
and
do that.
I would be playing with myself. So
Like
let's-
usual.
Yeah. Let's play something that actually matters. Go ahead.
Okay, guys, my first pick, all right, this is a good one, is Amy Poehler.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Okay, why
Amy
her?
Poehler. And I'll tell you why. And this is my strategy for the rest of these picks, for most of them, actually.
Okay.
I have a lot of women on my list, and Amy Poehler
That's misogynist.
specifically. No, I think because right now,
Thank you.
the people who love these women like Amy Poehler and what's her name?
Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer, right?
Right.
They are the darlings.
Kristen Wiig, yeah.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig. They are the darlings of the women's groups in Huffington Post
Right.
and Jezebel and so on and so forth. So they have a hypersensitivity to anything potentially offensive they could say. And I think Amy Poehler is high on that list because Amy Poehler is a comedian and she's going to say something to fuck up and piss them off.
Okay. Asterios, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Jon Stewart.
Oh,
Oh, I had him on my list, you sneaky fuck. All right, go
not
ahead.
anymore, because I went first. I think Jon Stewart has used up his positive stories. Like forever, the Huffington Post, like Reddit, all these websites, they could get a lot of traffic over like Jon Stewart excoriates Trump or like Jon Stewart like ruins this or that. And it's like, well, now how are they going to make money off him? By being like, Jon Stewart says political correctness is out of control, or Jon Stewart this, or like, I think the coin's going to flip on him because how is he going to make money off him?
Yeah, he might tweet something like, new host of The Daily Show is great. No woman could have ever done as good a job. Next thing you know, a perfectly innocent comment gets blown out of proportion.
You know who I think is going to sink Jon Stewart's ship is Wyatt Cenac, because I think they had
that?
some. They had a few beefs together. And who's the other guy too? Not Wyatt Cenac. There was another black guy on the show with the beard. You know who I'm talking about? Is that Wyatt Cenac? No, Wyatt Cenac's the
Wyatt. It's Wyatt.
Oh, that's Wyatt. Yeah. Wyatt Cenac is going to sink that Jon Stewart ship because they had some beefs that go back, and I don't think he's told the full story. Okay. So that might. Okay, Asterios, good pick. And
Sean, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Sean, who, by the way, before the show, crammed his picks with like Charlie Sheen
no,
and
I did not.
David Duke.
I didn't have Charlie Sheen and David Duke on the list.
You really wanted
Hitler.
$80.
No, I had people who had been in trouble maybe once and I think didn't learn from it.
Okay.
All right.
But no, we're not doing
you changed
that.
them now. No,
we're not
no,
doing
no.
that. So I got a few more.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go. I think Maddox came out of the gate with a total long shot, and I'm going to do the same thing.
Stupid pick.
No. It's only a matter of time, I think. It was Amy Poehler,
Amy
right?
Poehler, yeah.
She's been on the scene a long time. I'm going to go Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, you fuck! I had that too.
America's sweetheart.
America's sweetheart.
Yeah.
She's kind of dingy in interviews, and she embraces it. There's nobody who has a bad word to say about her, and it's only a matter of time before she puts her foot in her mouth.
I think it's totally false too. Everything she says is engineered to make her seem like a normal person.
You think
who's
so?
like, oh, absolutely.
No.
Yeah, I think she's a total piece of shit.
She's like, oh, I got toilet paper on my shoe. Ooh, what?
I just like staying in bed and eating, and I'm gross. Acting is stupid. I'm not a hero like a fireman. Like, oh, fuck you. Like you can get to the top of acting without being a total narcissistic maniac, right?
No.
That's
fake.
exactly right.
No, I've met her. I think she's the real deal. But that is a good pick, Sean.
She's a good actor. You just got to find the crazy.
You just got sold.
Yeah.
You got sold on a bad bill of sales.
I'm buying everything she's got to sell, buddy.
My man. What
it's
are you?
in there somewhere.
What are
It
you
just has
picking?
to come out.
All
What are you
right,
picking?
so I actually kicked around the idea of just the whole cast from Hunger Games.
Oh, okay.
That was going to be fun for me.
Well, you got stumped.
I got stumped on that one. I think my most likely one is Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, Mark Zuckerberg.
interesting.
I think he's going to walk out and just probably drop some N-words, like casually.
He's got it pent up, right?
He's this like beat up nerd from college, and he's got a complex, and he's going to accidentally, I don't know, call some women stupid for fun.
Well,
Maybe-
I don't know if Mark Zuckerberg's going to actually come out because he's such an alien. He talks like this, and
Is that how he talks?
Oh, he talks like Kermit the Frog. He's
He's got a
total
weird
alien.
neck and face, and people with weird necks and faces always fuck up. It's just a rule of the law. Man.
That could be true. We don't know that that's not true. And I don't trust guys who are billionaires and they marry like college or high school sweethearts who are
bad
not
idea.
like supermodels. Like what are you trying to prove here, dude?
Yeah.
You know?
He's trying to prove he's a nice guy. He has been since that movie came out. And
I don't know, man.
into
Did
it.
any billionaires in tech like marry hot? Like Bill Gates' wife is just this battle axe, and then Steve Jobs. I think Steve Jobs hooked up with someone hot, but then he ended up marrying I don't know, an old broom or something like that. What was Steve Jobs' wife?
I don't know.
It was a broom, I think, a literal
literal
mop.
broom?
It was a mop.
Like a
Yeah,
push broom?
a push broom.
That he found in a closet at Apple. All right, here's my. Let's do one more pick and then we'll
Yeah.
start with the solution.
Sure.
Here's my pick: Scrooge McDuck.
Okay.
No, that's
DuckTales?
actually a real statement, though, because back in
okay.
the day, there were some old comics
Yes.
where Scrooge McDuck was a horrible
DuckTales
monster.
is getting rebooted. I think that Scrooge McDuck is going to get outed as some kind of phobic. Right? The new DuckTales show is
Okay.
going to portray him in a new light.
You know, Dick, I thought you were going to go really smart with this, but you went super dumb.
Like, you think that the new DuckTales is going to be a gritty biopic reboot?
Look, it doesn't matter what he says. This is what the media can make him say.
Dick, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save this pick of yours because I think it potentially can be smart because I think that it's just one article away from one think piece away from telling us like some parents and some angry mom saying why
Yes.
we shouldn't look at Scrooge McDuck as
Exactly. He's an icon of greed.
Yeah.
People are going to take out this aggression against
Yeah.
him and accuse him of one of these awful things. And
That's-
He's
yeah.
always going after the Beagle Boys, obviously Mexicans, you know? Right? That's hateful and bigoted. It's hateful and bigoted even to think that.
All right, but
Why'd you
listen,
make us think it?
the thing is, it has to reach critical mass. Like, right now you could Google Scrooge McDuck racist, and I bet there's a million single-serving blog articles about like some cartoon from the 40s where he beat up like a Japanese duck or some shit. Like, it has to, like, everyone needs to be upset about Scrooge McDuck for a day.
Fair enough. It needs to be in one of the big notorious for think piece website. HuffPo, Gawker, what else? Jezebel, IO9. I'm going to add IO9 to that list. Wired, any of these, yeah.
Well,
But it has to be above the fold. It can't just be, like, at the bottom of the thing.
Yeah,
HuffPo,
of course.
You know.
They will make Scrooge McDuck apologize on the cartoon for being homophobic or racist. I guarantee, that's my prediction, that will happen in the rebooted cartoon. All right.
So before I split, let me just read the list one more time. Maddox has Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
I've got Jon Stewart. Sean's got Jennifer Lawrence. Your man's got Mark Zuckerberg.
That's a good pick.
And Dick's got Scrooge McDuck. All right,
Correct.
$20 in the pot. May the best man win.
Well, we got our picks. Let's get to the solutions. You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
All right. My first solution, big solution, biggest in the universe, I think, maybe. And they're all about the universe. NASA.
NASA.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Can't wait to hear this shit show from you, Dick. But
You
I
already
know
brought in satellites.
It's a totally different solution, man. But by the way, you can bring in every subset of satellites too. We need to see all the solutions on the list, on the big list. Yeah.
All right. What has NASA done? What are they a solution to?
What has NASA done ever?
Yeah.
They put a man on the moon, shithead. What have you done?
I've looked at the moon.
Yeah. That's it. That's about it. Here's some things that NASA has done. All right. Good question, Dick. Here's some things. They created the International Space Station. There's that.
Cool.
Huge
growing moss
laboratory
in space.
Yeah,
Neat.
dickhead. Scientific experiments.
Yeah.
All that
Go ahead.
bullshit you're gonna smoke at Burning Man when this Earth becomes
A lot of
uninhabitable.
important experiments going on up there in the International Space Station.
They're just fucking around wasting money.
Check it out, guys. I'm playing a guitar in space. That's space, right? Look
Yeah.
at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm an astronaut playing a guitar. I'm
have
making
so
a
much
viral
contempt.
video for billions of dollars. Fuck you.
Fuck you. You have so much contempt for scientific discovery and innovation. That's what you. That's you, man. That's you in a nutshell. The Mars Pathfinder robot. They put a robot on Mars, a remote control, essentially an RC vehicle that is able to check the soil samples, detect the atmosphere in Mars, take high resolution photography. We're able to explore Mars by remote control. That saves billions of dollars, and no corporation's going to
How
fund.
does that save billions of dollars?
Because if we had to send a mission there, right, a human mission there,
Yeah.
it would cost way more just to do the same types of exploration that this Mars rover is doing, and it's also laying the groundwork for us to even know if it's sustainable. If it's sustainable for us to land on Mars and do further missions.
We don't have to do either of those.
We don't have
We
to
can
do
just
anything,
keep the
Dick.
money and feed homeless people.
Well, we can just keep all the money and for scientific research and just live in fucking caves,
we
idiot.
could just keep the money and feed hungry people. Go ahead. I'm not gonna be a prick with your solution. Go ahead.
Too late, you ass. Yeah. They also put the first American in space.
Okay,
Again,
that's good.
Of course it's good. And then they made the first U.S. satellite in 1958. They got beat by the Russians, but we still put one up there. The Hubble Space Telescope has given us more knowledge about the universe than any other human invention, I think. The Hubble Space Telescope. We've been able to see billions of light years away.
And guess what? There's more stars. Whoa! That was worth it.
Well, dick fuck, you couldn't have known that before they did that. What if they looked into the distant galaxies and the start of the Big Bang, the start of the universe, the very edge of the universe, and they saw something unexpected? Then you'd be like, oh, well, that was totally worth it. But you didn't fucking know until they did that.
If they found like this is how to actually get laid 100% of the time, that's what they saw with the Hubble telescope, then I would say, okay, this was a good spend of what, $120 billion. How much did we spend for the Hubble telescope? More than that?
Yeah.
Man, it's up there.
I don't know what it is, but it's not. We redid it like
Billions.
2 years ago or whatever.
Fuck ups.
Yeah. It's one of the best tools of science that we have, the Hubble telescope.
I would say MRI, but go ahead.
Okay, well, these are, I'm sure that technology came from NASA.
did.
We have the Chandra X-ray Observatory. Lets us see clear images of supernovas, remnants of quasars, exploding stars, and even matter as it disappears into black holes. All this theoretical science that everybody loves and all the technology and all the science that we're moving towards came from these technologies that NASA developed. The Pioneer 10 Jupiter satellite, we discovered so much more about Jupiter than we ever knew.
Like what?
Well, we discovered what the atmosphere was composed of in greater detail. We discovered the weather patterns on Jupiter. We discovered we looked into the storms that happen on Jupiter's surface and the turbulence, and then we can apply that science to things that happen on Earth and predict El Nino and other meteorological events by looking at other planets. We can do that.
You know why NASA's viewership? Oh, you know what? I'll save this.
Okay,
go
good.
ahead. I'll save this
because I got a shit ton of.
Go ahead.
I got a stats for you, buddy.
I got a stats for you.
NASA created the first reusable spacecraft. Before NASA, every rocket shot into space was just either destroyed or gone forever. They saved billions of dollars for the U.S. government just by creating a reusable spacecraft that then private industry took that design and applied it. And that's why we have SpaceX coming up with their own reusable spacecrafts.
So NASA couldn't do as good of a job as SpaceX then?
No, they laid the groundwork for SpaceX.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they're gone because SpaceX is what, going to do a better job or not as good a job?
NASA's not gone. Their focus has shifted. The Apollo 11, and of course the Apollo 11 mission where we put a man on the moon. Some would say the most monumental achievement of human history, throughout entire human history, human civilization. That's probably the greatest achievement.
Makes
we got
everyone's
off of this rock.
dick feel big, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's it. That's all we discovered right there. Well, except here's the thing, dickhead. Here's some technologies that we have to thank NASA for. LED lights. They were first used in NASA Space Shuttle plant growth experiments and low energy but high intensity portable lighting.
Did we really invent LEDs? At NASA invented LEDs?
They applied that technology. They've had use
Applied
for it.
Or invented it? Because diodes probably invented before NASA.
Yeah, but the scientists were hired by NASA to develop LEDs specifically for any kind of use or application, and it cost billions of dollars back then. But they're the ones who made that possible. Because here's the thing, Dick, a lot of ingenuity and innovation comes from necessity, right? What's that? There's a quote that says that necessity is the mother of right, right, and that's why NASA's responsible for the LED lights that we use. Infrared ear thermometers. They avoid contact with any mucous membranes. This is all from NASA.gov, by the way. They avoid contacts with any mucous membranes, which virtually eliminates any possibility of cross-contamination. That has saved lives.
All right.
Yeah?
That's a pretty weak, if you're leading off with their best of, this is a pretty shit list.
Oh, it's not in order, buddy. Artificial limbs, how about that?
They had peg legs before NASA. Pirates had peg legs before NASA. They didn't invent artificial limbs.
But the people who are running marathons and competing in the Olympics aren't using peg legs. They're using technology that was developed for NASA.
Okay.
They're using the padding, the innovation in robotics to create limbs that work and are flexible enough. NASA developed that.
The padding. Okay, so we got sponges, we got ear thermometers. Yeah. What else? And they sent some guys to Space Joshua Tree.
Well, ventricular assist devices.
That's the moon.
Space Joshua Tree. Good. Yeah. Real funny. We've got ventricular assist devices. They keep the blood pumping in your body. They keep your heart pumping blood during heart transplants because they needed technology like this for astronauts.
Okay.
Yeah.
My LinkedIn profile picture is me and Neil Armstrong.
Is that true?
Yeah. I met Neil Armstrong and Gene Cernan and like 8 other astronauts once at a birthday party for Tom Stafford.
So you're a fan of this solution, NASA.
I'm a fan of space. I wanted to be an astronaut. I told my mom. She laughed at me. I was 26.
And then you proved her wrong.
Yeah, nailed it.
Look at you now.
I get high all the time.
You think about space when you're high, I bet. Anti-icing systems, they allow pilots to fly safely through icy encounters. NASA developed that.
We use those every day. Anti-icing systems.
Yeah.
Right?
Millions of passengers rely on those, dickhead. Highway safety grooves. Okay, you know those grooves? They cut grooves into concrete to increase the traction and prevent injury. First developed by NASA to reduce air traffic incidents.
So cutting into the road?
Yeah.
They invented cutting holes in the road?
The grooves in the side of the road? That's so you wake up if you veer off the road.
That too. They created a technology. They created this technology. They found that it would improve traction. Here's the thing. Someone could have done this years before NASA, but NASA did it. NASA's the ones who did it.
Yeah, because we gave them billions of dollars.
Yeah.
They spend it however you want.
They improved radial tires because they needed stronger tires for space shuttles. The tires last way longer today because of NASA. Chemical detection systems, they still use at terrorist sites, at terrorist attacks to see what kind of chemicals they may have used.
Isn't that called a spectrometer? I didn't invent
mass
that.
spectrometer?
Yeah.
Well, they're the ones who innovated those
They worked
devices.
on it.
Yeah.
They had a small asterisk in the mass spectrometer
Sure.
Wikipedia article.
Landmine removal, they use so this is one that's not entirely due to NASA, but landmine removal. They work with the private industry. with the private sector by providing them jet fuel and different types of fuel that they can use to disable landmines. Fire-resistant reinforcements. These are just things that we use every day that are fire-resistant. Firefighter gear.
When's the last time you were on fire?
Yeah.
And you had to use a fire retard system?
Never, because thanks to NASA. Firefighter gear. Almost all firefighter gear is based on lightweight equipment developed for NASA. That's a fact. Because they need to have heat resistance in space, and they need to have cold resistance in space. Temper foam.
The aerogel stuff's really cool.
It is cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Temper foam and memory foam. Memory foam mattresses. Casper.
Yeah?
Huh? We wouldn't even have a sponsor if we didn't have NASA.
So, like, all of this is based on the notion that someone else wouldn't have invented it. Like,
No, it's
a lot
not.
of your
No, it's not.
Yes, but it is. You're going through this list, and the basic presupposition is that without NASA, no one else would have invented this stuff.
See, I was
Because you always say that.
I was predicting this horseshit libertarian argument because it's like
even
that's what it is.
libertarian.
That's
It's
what it
just
is.
like a normal comment.
Because your argument here, and this is why it's a fallacy. The argument here is that if NASA weren't around, private industry would have developed.
No,
this.
or the Soviets. Like, they got a satellite in space first. So, it's kind of what is the Soviet version of NASA called, my man?
I don't know. Cosmonaut Town?
USS,
Exactly. It's called Cosmonaut Town.
It's USSR, where the R stands for rocket.
Yeah. So they would have invented
That sounds
it.
like a bad Beatles
No.
album.
No.
Anybody
That's a
could have
fallacy, and I'll
invented.
tell
That's
you
why
why.
you're bringing in these
Uh-uh.
people and organizations is shit. Because anybody could have invented this
Yeah,
stuff.
could have, but didn't, dickhead.
Because they didn't have
here's
a
the thing.
chance.
No, it's not that they didn't have a chance. They have a chance right now. There's an infinite amount of technologies that we haven't
And
developed
they're called
yet.
SpaceX.
Hold
so
on.
NASA's not that
No,
important.
hold on. SpaceX is using technology that NASA developed.
Rockets.
Yeah.
Germany developed
Yeah.
them too.
But here's why private industry won't always discover these innovations that NASA has discovered, because there isn't always a financial incentive for them to do experiments and develop technologies to solve problems that aren't that lucrative. Like, for example, Dick, no private industry is going to send a remote control vehicle to Mars to do experiments and to investigate Mars. But in solving those problems, NASA has solved future problems and created industries. There have been entire
Here's
industries
where your mind
created.
gets small. Because private industry would send that stupid remote-controlled car to an asteroid to mine it. That's what private industry would do. They wouldn't just blow it, sending it to Mars and saying, hey, look, guys, we did something. I don't know. Maybe here's the table scraps of our science. See if you can plug these into any real problems we have.
Yeah.
Private industry would have done all the same shit, but they would come back with a spaceship full of gold or methane or something.
Wrong, dipshit. Because
Totally right.
why would private industry risk everything, billions of dollars, to send a probe to an asteroid without guaranteed returns?
That's what industry is. That's
No,
what
it's
investing
not.
is. Yes, it is.
They're not
Dipshit.
going to spend. Who's doing it, Dick? No one's done it.
Who funded the gold rush? Who funded the early investigation of the new world?
But that's
Industries-
after some
Dutch
explorer discovered gold, and then that's what prompted the gold rush. Private industry knew that there was going to be guaranteed returns if they mined for gold, because they already knew that panhandlers were finding it. They thought, well, if they're finding it on the surface, there must be more below. Then they start digging and they find more gold. That's how it's discovered. Who's the first gold miner? Who's the explorer? NASA.
Sutter's Mill? Was that the first gold miner? Something. I'm
Yeah,
going back
in
to
California.
Yeah.
I think it's in Northern California.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the gold rush occurred from panhandlers, and then the word spread, and they were the first explorers. NASA's the panhandler of the universe.
Now,
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah, because no private industry's done it
You're,
yet.
you're
Dick.
right. No private industry would have sent spiders up in a space capsule to see how they spin webs in zero gravity. Thank God we have that research.
Well, let me tell you something. An industry that was created because of NASA that wouldn't have been created due to private industry. Baby formula. NASA had this problem of getting food in low enough density, in as compact as possible, that's highly nutritious, and they developed essentially baby formula for astronauts.
Which is not good for babies.
Well, it's not. It's
Mother's milk
natural.
is far
Natural
better.
mother's milk is far better, of course. But if you don't have the option or whatever, then you
or
can use baby formula.
You might say it's kind of hurting babies, though.
Well, I mean, it's
Over-reliance
possible.
on formula, especially when formula is subsidized. Lower income babies get it more than higher income babies.
Yeah. Okay.
Just saying.
Well, that's true, but there's also instances where mothers can't milk their children due to deficiencies, or if they're going through chemo, or they have something in their
Sure.
system that they're not supposed to do. Baby formulas actually save lives, and it's created an industry. Portable cordless vacuums. They had a problem to solve.
These are such shit inventions. Portable cordless vacuums.
Yeah.
You got to know that that's a shit invention.
Okay, what about water purification systems? Is that a shit invention too, dickhead?
I don't think NASA invented that.
Yeah, they did for the astronauts. The ones that we're using today commercially were first invented for astronauts.
Okay.
Yeah. Better structural analysis. So they had to find out how to make their structures more powerful, more safe in space. And now we apply that technology here on Earth.
All right.
Refrigerated, internet-connected wall ovens. Now, this is a technology... No. This is different. This is a technology that is so new. Like, it's one that private industry hasn't even exploited yet. This is a technology... It's essentially a refrigerator and an oven in one. Now, that sounds like one of those hogwash inventions that you would hear about, like in Gremlins. Like in a scene from
sounds like
Gremlins.
they stacked two things on top of each other.
It's not. It's way more complex than that.
I invented it. Look at me.
So what they
Where's
do...
my $1 billion?
No, they have this technology. It's pretty incredible. I was reading about it. They have this technology where they put some frozen food into a refrigerator. Essentially, it's a refrigerator. Then remote control by the internet from like NASA ground control, they have it scheduled. It gets instructions on when to convert that device into an oven. And then without any intervention, it automatically cooks the food that was once refrigerated. It converts from refrigeration mode to oven mode. We don't have that technology today. Not on Earth, not in the private sector.
Because that would be just worthless to us.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Like, well, you're going to like
Just
go to
get
the
both.
grocery store, throw your frozen pizzas in the fridge, and then be like, well, later today it'll be an oven. It's like, let me clock out.
Yeah.
And you're like, cool, I got hot pizza now.
And what about the rest of the food that's in there?
Yeah.
Your bananas,
What
they're
about
wasted.
any of this?
You
Stupid invention.
You boil the orange juice.
Well,
Now
the
it's ruined.
reason it's a good invention is
It's
because
good for going to space.
It's good for
No,
going
it's
to space.
only
yeah.
good if you insist on sending humans to space because it's a PR move. If you just sent robots into space, which would be far more efficient, you wouldn't need these stupid inventions.
Yeah.
But that's not going to make viral videos of playing a guitar, is it?
Yeah, you're so cynical. Ski boots. Ski boots came from NASA technology. Adjustable smoke detectors came from NASA technology. Water filters, as I mentioned. Golf clubs. The modern golf club is all due to space technology. Cordless tools. Cordless tools were invented for NASA. Most cordless tools. Because before then, everyone thought, well, why would I need that? I can plug it in. All these innovations you take for granted came because of a need or a discovery. You know, have you ever heard of the mathematician? Dick, there's an entire field of mathematics called theoretical math. Right, where there's specifically a mathematician. His name is Paul Erdős. Have you heard of Paul Erdős?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you know about Paul Erdős?
I know that he thought NASA was bullshit.
No, he didn't, dickhead. Paul Erdős was a theoretical mathematician, and his entire life was devoted to theoretical math. In fact, he tried so hard just to create mathematics that had no practical application. He would try to solve problems with no practical application. In fact, the encryption, remember your one of your solutions, dickhead?
Encrypting everything.
That came from a theoretical branch of mathematics where no one was trying to solve any problem. They were
Encryption?
just doing experiments.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, encryption-
The RSA formula, the RSA technology came from number theory.
RSA specifically, not encryption.
Well, RSA specifically, but that's what we use today. Almost everything's RSA. RSA encryption came from theoretical mathematics. Somebody sitting down trying to just look purely into the realm of thought and experiment in mathematics. And then we found application because of it. If it weren't for people like that, if it weren't for... No private industry is going to say, hey, here's $1 billion, go do something theoretical. Private industry says, here's $1 billion, let's see a return.
GE and Bell Labs have theoretical research divisions. I don't know
Yeah.
if you might want to
Bell
Wikipedia
Labs doesn't
that.
anymore.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah, they shut it down.
Oh.
It was like the largest like private employer of like research lab in the United States, and they got shut down like years ago.
Oh.
I don't know, 10 or something like that.
I wish you weren't here.
Because I remember I was like, I'm gonna go to college and I'm gonna be a scientist. I'll work for Bell Labs.
Yeah,
and then it
yeah.
turns out-
All
I
right.
mean, they do have like research divisions, but they don't have like this big,
Not anymore.
just open-ended research lab like they used to.
That's a bummer.
UV blocking sunglasses. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's so much technology that NASA developed.
Sunglasses, vacuums, cordless drills. I
Cordless
think
drills,
someone would have
baby
invented
formula.
a cordless drill when
Well, you
battery
think-
technology caught up.
You think, but then NASA did. NASA did it. And that some of the technologies that NASA has developed has created entire industry. Ski boots, the modern golf club, like all these technologies came from stuff that NASA did. And look, I'm not saying NASA's the only innovator. And private industry definitely could have developed some of these technologies. But NASA has definitely developed just this huge laundry list of technologies that we use every day and we kind of take for granted. But
Golf
it's all
clubs,
space
that's
technology.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't play
Judge
dig
it.
out golf.
I think you're talking specifically graphite shafts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not golf clubs.
No, it's not golf clubs at
Specifically
all.
one
No.
tiny piece, like piecemeal contribution that is nothing but a marketing gimmick at the end of the day.
they had golf clubs way back in the day. They were garbage. They were always breaking around,
Yep.
breaking down.
They pioneered viral videos, too. Now, I mean, who's going to be the
great.
next one to play an acoustic guitar in space?
Oh my gosh, Dick! You pinpoint this one thing that annoys you about NASA.
No, because that's what they are.
No, because that first of all, viral videos weren't a thing before essentially 2003. Before that, there was like people would send around .mov
This happened
files.
last year.
Yeah, exactly. They weren't a thing before 2003. You're not contradicting me.
What do you think I'm talking about?
Viral video. Yeah, the guy who played the guitar up in space.
Happened like
that,
last year.
That annoys you. Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that bad?
I don't know. We'll see.
Why
We'll see how it
why
gets
is the guy
voted.
playing a guitar in space bad?
It is one step closer to I fucking love science. There is no scientific merit to that. It's just it's just a shameless PR move to get people to love NASA more because at their core, it's a gigantic pork barrel project that can't be broken up because every state gets a kickback. It's massively overfunded for the amount of developments they do that could be done by the private sector. It's impossible to break up, and all they want to do is sell their brand to the American people. I think there's a lot of merit to developing space technologies, but NASA specifically, I don't think is responsible for it. And
So who's
that
responsible?
move by the What do you mean who's responsible?
You said NASA's not responsible for developing space technology, so who's responsible?
I don't understand the question. Now it's in the hands of SpaceX. Like NASA doesn't even use their own rockets to get into space anymore. They use Russia's. So NASA is more reliant on the Russian space program than us.
Well, essentially, it's the same thing. It's a Russian-sponsored, government-sponsored space program. So it's still a government-sponsored space program.
I mean, if NASA was so great, why don't they do it themselves? Because
Because they got their funding cut.
Yeah.
Because of dickheads like you who don't see the merit in NASA.
No,
and that's
I'd
why
just
they need
rather-
those PR videos, Dick. They need those guys playing a guitar in space. And maybe people think NASA's cool again. Maybe people think NASA's useful and they think that there's some merit to it.
Yeah.
So they give them funding.
You've
'Cause
just made my point.
No private industry has yet sent a satellite to an asteroid to, quote, mine because you think that there's so much gold and diamonds and shit on there. Maybe there is, but we need that first
It's gold,
explorer,
not
and that's
diamonds.
NASA.
Gold, not diamonds.
What?
You've just made my point for me.
How's that?
Because it's not returning any value, and people need to be convinced that it returns value. When I think SpaceX and the companies that are sprouting up to take over for NASA,
Yeah.
we'll do fine. They'll develop plenty of stuff. Too.
They'll
I don't think
develop
NASA's a
plenty of
great
stuff,
solution.
right.
Any of this stuff is a good solution on its own, but NASA's just an organization that has outlived its usefulness. Like it will be dead. NASA will be dead, probably within our lifetimes. And the slack will get picked up by private industry.
You think that, but
That's
again,
not a great solution.
You hope that, but there's no evidence. There's no evidence. Private industry still, they are not sponsoring. Look, they may have some theoretical departments in Bell Labs, and who was the other one? GM, you said?
GE.
Or GE, right.
Biggest company on earth.
You know, they kick some money towards that, but I think that there is definitely some merit in purely theoretical experimentation and science without the motive for money. Because if a scientist has the pressure to if a scientist has pressure to deliver a profit for their shareholders or for the company, then that might inhibit ingenuity and it might inhibit inspiration. It might force them to look at things that are lucrative, but not necessarily enrich the human mind or exploration or discovery.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Which leads to industry. Again, the power tools industry, you don't think that's...
You should teach at community college.
Yeah.
Like all these fucking ideas about enriching the human mind and experience, blah, 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 blah. NASA can't sell shit anymore. They can't. Space shuttle was great the first time. Let's see what else you got. What have they done for us recently?
They've done...
Honestly, what have they done that's good that's not remote control vacuum cleaners?
There's an entire article of just discoveries that NASA has made since 2013 on the internet.
Are they all full of
in.
that? Are they all full of stuff like that?
Look, it's theoretical stuff that we discovered today that we find application for tomorrow. That's why I mentioned Paul Erdős, because his work in theoretical mathematics they're finding solutions to problems we are discovering today because of the theoretical groundwork he laid early on in his career.
All right.
Yeah.
Good solution.
You fucking insincere bitch. Okay,
Yeah,
what's your
never mind.
solution?
Lenses.
Lenses. You mean like the ones on the Hubble telescope?
Yeah. Well, no, I think those are reflective lenses. I think the Hubble has mirrors.
Okay.
These
What
are
kind of lenses are you talking about?
Well, glass, any plastic, anything permeable, anything that bends light. Right?
Okay.
You know how many people are blind? Like, you know how many people can't see? Do you know where we would be without glasses as a country?
You'd be in the dark.
We'd have to kill like 70%. If there was no lenses to make glasses, you've got good vision. Sean, you have good vision?
No, I have terrible vision. I've worn contacts for years.
Okay,
You're wearing contacts now? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
we'd have to support you. All of us who have good vision would have to support everyone around us because they couldn't do shit.
Dix Man, Steve, do you wear glasses or contacts?
Yeah, I wear glasses. I lost them at a beer festival a couple weeks back. It was, cool. I cut my hand on them when I found them. They were broken.
Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, how hard were you going down to pick them up? Like, how fast were you going
I didn't
in?
see them. They were like hidden under some stuff in the back of the van.
Okay.
And I went and just dragged my hand across it.
Huh. That's sad.
Now I don't have glasses.
7 out of 10 Americans wear some type of corrective lenses. That figure jumps to about 90% among those 50 and older. You see, without glasses, these people would be completely useless. They couldn't enjoy life at all. They wouldn't even be able to see their remote control vacuum cleaners.
Hold on, Dick. Yeah, you know what, Dick? I'm going to change my my public shaming pool to Dick Masterson. I'm about to shame you because that's incredibly offensive to blind people. You're saying they don't lead productive lives?
No, it's the biggest disability on. They don't lead productive lives at all.
Or they don't have joy from life. They don't get joy from life.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You just said they don't get joy from life with blind people.
I didn't say they don't get joy from life.
What did you say? You just said, Sean.
I think he was talking about productivity.
Productivity.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying they don't lead productive? Yeah, they don't lead productive lives.
So what do you want me to say? That blind people produce zero?
Is that what you're
you
saying?
Want me to say?
What
do you honestly want me to say that blind people produce nothing?
No, but
is that what you're really asking?
They don't. They're
do
not
we have
unproductive.
to focus on the fact in this show that blind people would rather see than not see?
Well, of course.
Is that question really up for debate here? Of course, they would rather see.
Probably, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
As would anyone who has some kind of astigmatism or is vision impaired.
Sure.
Right? Okay. Let's not be silly.
Well,
we don't need NASA to answer that question.
We'll get to this later. But you know about the deaf defense movement, right?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that it's part of their culture,
right?
That they can't hear.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Okay, so go on. You're saying blind? Yeah.
Current use of glasses and contacts among the 18-plus American population don't need any type of corrective lens. 30% primarily wear glasses. 60%. I have perfect vision, so I don't understand what it's like to not have perfect vision or have like a vision impairment.
It's like a bummer. I didn't know until I was like 16, which is weird.
Yeah.
I got.
How did you not know until you were 16?
Well, my mom's like really bad at caring. When I broke my hand once, and she's like, "It's not broke. It's not broke." And then like a year later, the doctor's like, "This thing's super broke."
A year later?
Yeah, finally, because like my hand was all gnarled up and stuff for months, and I was like, "Please take me to the doctor." And my mom's like, "You're a jerk," and so we went. And then the doctor's like, "Those are broke hands."
So I've heard of these stories where people break their hands or feet or whatever, and they don't get it healed for a long time. It re-heals incorrectly. Do they have to re-break your hand to fix it?
No, it's like a bunch of like torn ligaments and like minor fractures and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So now like when the weather gets too cold, my hands get all cramped up and
Oh.
stuff. So like, bless her heart, but there was like a lot of us in the house, so she wasn't like able to take care of everything. And yeah, I was like, I'd always complain about not being able to see and stuff in class, and she'd be like, "Well, you just need to sit closer," and that was like the solution.
Yeah.
And then finally, she's like, "I'll take you to the eye doctor," and the doctor's like, "Yo, you got some fucked up eyes. You can like barely drive, can you?" I was like, "Oh, I shouldn't be on the road."
Thank
Doesn't
God
stop
we
me.
have lenses
Yeah.
to fix you.
Yeah.
Speaking of driving, imagine how much driving would be worse. Imagine how much worse driving would be if nobody had glasses.
Yeah.
Maddox, that can appeal to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Bicycles ran over every time. Pop these glasses off. I'm crushing bicycles.
Everybody on a bicycle would be dead. It wouldn't even be a valid mode of transport anymore.
Well, Dick,
without-
now you feel conflicted because that would
Why?
solve your big problem with as you call it bicyclers.
I just think they're sanctimonious assholes.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
The WHO, the World Health, no. If it's 7 out of 10 people who need glasses, that means 4.2 billion people worldwide need glasses.
Wait, how much?
It's everybody. 4.2 billion people. That's
Really?
the
That
estimate.
many?
If it's 7 out of 10, and
come I
it's
don't see-
70% of people.
Hold on. Do you know when contact lenses were first invented?
I do not.
They've been around for decades. They were hard contact lenses, which I can't imagine putting in your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is really interesting, Dick. The full implication of what you just said is that if contact lenses weren't developed, let's say the 80s or 70s, right? Probably the 80s. I think that's when it really started to take off, right?
I think they've been around since the 70s. I don't know who was using them in the 70s because, like I said, they were probably painful to put in your eyes.
Well, so the technology that we use today that was developed mature enough so that people could use. So that means that before the 70s, that the majority of photographs of people should be of them wearing glasses, right? Because 70%
could be vanity.
Yeah.
You
what do
think
you
so?
mean?
So
are you
here's
trying
the full
to do
implication.
some proof of that glasses aren't used a lot?
No.
Or what?
No. Yeah. Well, here's the full implication. Either that people before the 70s either had to wear glasses. And there should be photographic evidence of basically 7 out of 10 people should be wearing glasses in old photographs.
Not necessarily from what I just said.
Or that there were just a lot of blind people going around.
Well,
they're not blind when they don't wear glasses.
Yeah.
Well, nearsighted, myopic, whatever, you know?
But you'll probably need glasses at some point in your life.
Yeah.
Like your eyes will not work as well at some point. Some people last a lot longer. My brother's late or mid 30s. He has perfect vision. Mine went shitty at like 20.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
All right. The oldest known lens is the Nimrod lens. It's a 3,000-year-old piece of rock crystal that was unearthed in modern-day Iraq. Iraqi invention. May have been used as a magnifying glass or as part of a burning glass to start fires by concentrating sunlight. Fire. The invention of fire.
No.
That was a lens. That was an early. They didn't have Flintstones back then. They started fires with little lenses. According
I don't think so.
What do you mean you don't think so?
I think that that flint was used way
3,000
before
years
lenses.
ago?
Yeah, way before lenses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The Native
That's not what
Americans,
the internet says.
Native Americans used flint, and they haven't found lenses in Native American cultures.
Earliest mention of lenses is in ancient Greece, where they used them to see up men's buttholes. That's what Wikipedia says. I don't know.
Literally says buttholes
Yeah. They spelled it wrong too.
With one T.
with a W.
Yeah.
One T and a W, yeah.
Pliny the Elder writes about using burning glasses. Look, this is saying that this lenses were used throughout prehistory to start fires. I think that's a pretty good solution.
Yeah.
Reading stones were often used to illuminate manuscripts, blah, 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 blah. Lenses came into widespread use in Europe with the invention of spectacles, probably in Italy in the 1280s. Microscopes rely on lenses. Cameras, no pictures, no photography without lenses.
Yeah.
Microscopery.
Microscopery.
Yeah. Imagine all the science we couldn't do without the lens.
That's true.
Solar power. Focusing a beam of solar light on that stupid little photocell.
Okay, that's newer, but yeah.
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 What is even a magnifying glass for? Can someone tell me that?
Killing ants and stuff.
It is
right? It has no practical purpose.
No.
Why
It's like just for, a 9-year-old to grab out of the junk drawer and torch up some ants.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Now, a magnifying glass is for a reading. It's for like elderly people who have.
I'm listening. You're making a lot of sense.
It's a precursor to reading glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And also detectives use them to
Yeah,
look at
why?
fingerprints.
That's what I
and
mean.
shit.
Why
Yeah.
do they have a magnifying glass? Like, does that help if the fingerprint is twice as big?
Honestly, I've been looking. Sometimes I drop a tiny screw someplace, and it's really kind of it's a black screw on someplace dark like gravel or something grainy. I have used a magnifying glass to.
What are you doing
look
with
for.
tiny machine screws in a gravel pit?
Hey, I'm a scientist, buddy. I plug up my pee hole. All right.
Telescopes?
Yeah.
There's no navigation to the new world without telescopes and without
Finally.
lenses.
Yes. Bravo.
Even though the Hubble telescope doesn't have it. Radio astronomy uses some kind of lens.
Well, it's the same concept.
Sure, same concept.
Yeah.
EM waves or whatever.
Wait. You said radio astronomy? How's radio astronomy use lens?
I don't know.
They do.
Dielectric lenses,
Well, you could make
a lens antenna. It's
guess
the
you
same
could-
principle, but you just build a big antenna.
Yeah,
with a lens.
it's almost inverted, and it is. Yeah, it's using wavelengths of light, which radio waves are. It's just they're all wavelengths, right? So essentially, they're. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Flashlights. You don't have to carry a torch like a dick. Flashlights rely on a lens.
I'm sorry, Dick. I would rather carry a torch, like Rambo. Rambo First Blood, he was in that cave and he ripped off a piece of cloth and dipped it in kerosene, and then he used it to attack bats and rats with it.
Okay, well maybe that's not a good one then. Big screen TVs. What would America be without big screen TVs and big titties? You need a Fresnel lens to have a big screen TV. That's absolutely true.
Is it Fresnel or Fresnel? Oh, it's
Fresnel.
Fresnel. Oh, I've been pronouncing it wrong my whole life.
That's embarrassing. Yeah. All right, that's my solution.
Dick, I got to tell you a lens story. So a long time ago, when the internet was still really ripe, really young, right? Not ripe, really young, pre-ripe, premature, right?
You're going to jail. Bro.
Yeah. Am I the next celebrity being shamed? When the internet was still really young, I would look around on my dial-up modem to interesting articles and things. And there was this website way back in the day.
Always.
What?
Whatever you do is always so shady. Like your correspondence that you wanted from your mom. I have no idea what that is. Looking at interesting articles with your 14.4 baud modem. Very shady.
My Game Fan magazines. My mom would bring me down my Game Fan magazines.
That's not correspondence.
It's correspondence.
All right.
All right. So anyway, I would be looking at interesting websites, and I found this one where these guys were experimenting. They found that the Edmund Scientific Catalog. You know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Edmund Scientific, but you should definitely go to this website. They have so much cool science shit that you can buy, experiments you can try at home, and so on and so forth. These guys were talking about this giant Fresnel lens that they bought from Edmund Scientific. And it was something like 2 feet by 2 feet, and they said that it was essentially like a piece of what's the transparent plastic?
Cellophane?
No, not cellophane.
Lucite? Plexiglass.
Either lucite or plexiglass, yeah, with ridges cut into them like a Fresnel lens. That's what a Fresnel lens is. They use it in lighthouses, so on. Mm-hmm. And it's essentially like a giant magnifying glass.
Wouldn't have lighthouses without lenses.
That's true.
There
That's
we go.
true. So it's essentially like a giant magnifying glass, and you can use it to focus the sunlight. But because it's so big, they were like burning through aluminum cans and things like that. And I thought, well, that's cool. Then I went to the website and I found one. I think it was like 3 feet by 3 feet. It was ridiculously big. I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna buy the biggest one they have. I spent like $120 for this thing, including shipping. So they sent me this giant lens, and as soon as I got it, I ran outside. I cut my hands up because the sides of the lens were really bad, so I'm bleeding all over this thing. And then I'm looking around.
Square?
Yeah, it's square. It's just like a big flat.
I thought
square.
that they had to be circles. But
No,
the
they don't have
effective
to.
area is the circle.
Yeah.
They just come in a
It
square.
just comes in
Correct.
square.
Yeah. It's still circular. The ridges they cut into it, like the Fresnel pattern. So I went out there and I was looking at things around my neighborhood, and everything looked giant. And I thought, oh, this is really cool. But then by accident, the sun started to focus on my chest, and immediately it started to burn that quick. And I thought, oh, holy shit, I got to be careful with this thing. So then I started turning it on insects and aluminum cans and everything. I was burning. It would boil water instantly. If you had water in like a black body, like a black cup or something like that, it would boil that water instantly. It would burn through aluminum cans like nothing. It was amazing. I loved burning things with this in my yard.
This sounded like the birth of Lex Luthor. Like I thought this was going to be the story of how you lost your hair. Like you've got a gigantic lens in the front yard, and the next thing you know, your head's a giant scar.
Well, then I got the idea to use lenses like this. I thought, well, it's relatively simple to set up an array of lenses like this and boil water and use it for energy in the desert. And then that's essentially what they're doing today.
Yeah,
I came up with that.
they are.
Me. All me.
They use salt baths. So, all right, that's my solution. If you wear glasses, vote it up.
So 70% of our audience should be voting this up.
Yep. Go ahead. You got another solution?
I do have another solution, Dick.
We're running out of time. Too.
We are. Oh my gosh, this is a long episode. That was a good solution. I actually like that. My final solution here, the final solution, is generosity.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The final G
Your
solution.
preachy bullshit solutions. Is that what you do now? One solution and then a preachy soapbox solution. He brought in temperance two times ago.
I hate this one so much
Yeah,
already.
me too.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Why do you guys hate it?
Fuck you.
Why
generosity.
are you shitting on? I haven't even said a damn fucking thing. What? What's your problem with generosity?
Sanctimonious bicycle riding prick.
You know, both of those, both moderation or temperance and generosity came from the same list, and I'll tell you what the source of that list is. Eventually.
The Bible?
No, dickhead. Asshole. These are ancient virtues, dickhead. That's
the Bible.
Well, the Bible's not the oldest text. There are things that predate the Bible. Ever heard of BC? It's most of history. Most of human history was BC. Yeah. Anyway, man. Generosity is never
Half
heard.
of the Bible is BC.
What?
Half of the Bible is BC.
Yeah, but before BC, before that, there's still tons of BC. That
BBC.
BBC.
Okay.
Pre-BC.
Pre-BC. Oh my gosh, Dick's
Go
man
ahead.
Steve.
Why should we be generous, Maddox?
Because generosity never hurt anyone.
That's such bullshit.
Oh yeah? Well, listen to this, man. Generosity is a virtue that lets people not be tied down by their concerns about their worldly possessions. And you're about to go to some dick fuck conference in the desert, right?
Don't call it a
Burning Man.
conference.
It's a conference. It's a conference. It's the biggest con there is, buddy. You're going to the Burning Man con. Let's call it what it is. It's the Burning Man con.
It's a gifting economy. It's all about generosity. Sure.
It's all about generosity.
Yep.
And it leads to charity. Without generosity, there is no charity. And Dick, when you want to defend the super wealthy billionaires and corporations, you're like, oh, they're the biggest philanthropists. That's generosity.
They are.
Yeah. That's I like
He
that.
nailed your impression there.
Yeah, right.
I just I had to double take because I thought it was you.
Yeah. That was the fancy dick impression.
Yeah,
There's
that
a
was-
couple dick
yeah,
impressions.
there's a bunch of dicks,
One's the
yeah.
stupid dick. One's the fancy dick.
That's
One's
about
the
all we got.
pugnacious dick. Go ahead.
Oh, the pugnacious dick. I love that one. This is so generosity usually means giving more than you expect in return. It's the founding principle that drives all charities. And here are things you can be generous with. I got a list here. Your talents. You can be generous with your talents.
Oh God!
What?
I was wondering how long it was going to take to circle back to you,
Yeah.
and it started. And you're like the singularity of narcissism. Like you being around you is like a black hole of narcissism, where no comment can escape your event horizon. It just immediately circles back.
I'm so conflicted because I agree with that, but I'm also pissed off because you're shitting all over me.
NASA does not have the equipment to gauge the weight of your narcissism.
It collapses in on itself.
Yes.
Oh man, that's funny. You can be generous with your house, huh? Like you could be generous.
I know
I'm always
something
generous.
about that, don't
Yeah.
I, my man?
Yeah. Dick's man, our guest for the show,
Yeah.
wouldn't be here if it weren't for your generosity, Dick.
Yeah, that's
story.
true.
Your
Really-
generosity has
Really reached
improved.
down from the heavens and
Right.
pulled me up there.
See, so this show exists because of all of our generosities. Dick's generosity for opening his house to you. Sean's generosity for sharing his talents, his work with us, his time and his work, and my generosity for sharing everything that I am with you guys.
Right.
My brilliance, my talent, my skill, my
Nobody
debating.
else got a whole paragraph.
Well,
Yeah.
no one else is as generous as I am.
So magnanimous.
Yeah.
Magnanimous?
Magnanimity is
good.
what I have, and magnanimous is what I am. Your body, you can be generous with your body. Dick, I know you like that one.
I do. I like showing a lot of thigh. I'm not afraid of it.
Well, we wish you wouldn't. Your time, you can be generous with your time, as I mentioned. You can be generous with your food. That's really good. If you're ever at a restaurant and you don't have any food, I sound like Donald Trump just now. That's really good. If you're at a restaurant and you don't have enough food, you can't afford it, you're a little bit low on funds. One of your buddies says, "Here, buddy, have a burger, have a hamburger, have a breadstick, have a hamburger." Why not? Why is that a bad thing?
That's just like a weird way to frame generosity.
It's generous. Look, man. If I'm at a restaurant and something, I show up late. Everyone's already ordered, and I'm hungry. I feel peckish, but I can't order because I don't want to be that dick who's everyone's waiting on. Right? I just won't order. I'm being generous with my what? What am I being generous with? I'm just being generous. That's just really generous. Right?
I think it's been very generous of the media to call the Ghostbusters movie an all-female reboot when two of them are clearly men. Right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, no, not that kind of generosity, Dick. Although I'll give you that. So it's really nice if somebody gives me a bite of their burger or a bite of their hot dog. That's nice. Come on.
Okay, yeah, that's nice.
Come on.
Are there foods that like someone could offer you and you would be like, no, that's not generous?
Yeah, pepperoni fucking pizza. No thanks.
Well, we can rehash
Thanks, but
that.
no thanks. Yeah. And this actually happened not even an hour ago. Chicken McNuggets.
Yeah.
Dick's man Sean brought in some chicken nuggets and he offered me
Steve.
one.
It's Steve.
Oh my gosh, Dick's man Steve.
How rude.
Dick's other man Sean, Dick's other man Steve. So he brought in some chicken nuggets and I was washing the dishes and he said, "Hey man, want one?" I almost said, "Yeah," put it in my mouth, and then I realized what it was and I said, "No thanks. Thanks but no thanks." But you were very generous and I can't impugn you for that.
They're pretty good. First chicken nuggets.
Well, I mean,
I've had
technically, I'm the
in a long
generous
time.
one. I bought the
That's
nuggets.
true.
Okay.
It does come back.
Yeah.
All right, Dick's the generous one. You can be generous with your consideration. Like what?
It's just so weird to hear you talking about generosity.
I'm a generous dude. as is the case when I listen to people go on and on about their stupid problems and shit that doesn't matter.
There we go.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
I've entertained some real dumb shit notions, like with 9/11 truthers. Look, I shut those idiots down hard. I shut them down hard on the internet. But then every now and then in real life, I get one of my dopey friends come by. Hey, Maddox, have you heard of this theory about World Trade Tower 7? And it was a controlled demolition. And I listen. I'm generous with my consideration. I don't shut them down as quickly.
How often does that happen to you?
Too often.
Because I got to tell you, that never happens to me. I'm not getting people accosting me with 9/11 conspiracy theories.
Dick, that's because you have one type of friend.
Okay, here we go.
It is a group of people.
Generous with his opinions. Right here. All of them unvarnished. Nonsensical, but to a fault. Generous with his opinions.
Yeah. So I would say that you have a specific type of friend who resonates with you. They're on the same wavelength, and you either get or you don't. Whereas I do not. I have different disparate groups of friends. I have groups of friends who are smart. I would lump you into that, Dick. You're in the upper tier of smart, lower half of the upper tier of smart.
Okay. Well,
So backhanded.
lower upper class, I'll take it.
But no, for real. Like I consider you an intelligent person, and then I have friends who are in the conspiracy realm. I have friends who are in the truther realm. I have friends who are in the religious realm. I have liberal friends. I have conservative friends. I have friends of all walks of life, right? And so that's why I'm generous. I'm generous with my consideration and time.
Yeah.
By entertaining these dumb shit notions. So this is from Wikipedia. Generosity does span throughout all the religions. In Buddhism, generosity is one of the 10 perfections and is the antidote to the self-chosen poison called greed. That sounds like a sermon. Generosity is known as charity in the Bible and the Dan, the Eastern religious scriptures. In Islam, the Quran states that whatever we give away generously with the intention of pleasing God, he will replace it. So almost every world faith...
That's what the Quran says.
Or else. Almost every world faith... Actually, when I went to Dubai a long time ago, it was kind of weird. I saw these machines set up around malls and stuff that looked like ATMs, but they weren't ATMs because you don't get money out of them. You put money into them, and you just walk away. Yeah, they're charity machines.
Oh my, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
that's disgusting though. But here's the dark side of generosity.
Okay.
You're giving to people who don't need it.
Get the fuck out. The definition of generosity is giving to people who need it.
It's the same. Enabling is the same coin. It's the other side of the same coin. I think generosity is great, but in moderation. Use your temperance. Use your temperance when it comes to...
You pissed me off, Dick, because you got me. That's true. Moderation... Look, generosity and moderation is fine. Right?
Yeah.
I agree with that. But here's the thing, Dick. I have this friend who's very conservative from Utah. And for years, he used to shit on homeless people. Not literally, but metaphorically.
Oh, I hate homeless people now.
Why? You do?
I moved up Northern California. I don't know if anyone's been there.
Yeah.
Don't. Like north of San Francisco is a waste of your time. Just don't do it. No, it's a ton of there's like more homeless people in Mendocino County than there is in Hollywood. It's horrible. I had no opinion about homeless people or whatever, hippies or whatever they want to call themselves until I had to like feed them and have them make fun of me. They'd be like we had this group of like nasty homeless people, and they're like, you can have all the beer in the fridge except for these 2 beers. These 2 beers are like special reserve craft beers. I'm gonna share them with my girlfriend. And they were just like, oh, cool. And they just like took those anyways. The whole time they're like stomping around the house. The term was a housey.
What the fuck are they doing in your house?
Oh, it's raining and I was generous. So let's keep this idea flowing.
You got a porch?
No, I don't. My life is awesome. So I didn't have an opinion until I went up there and I had to deal with these fuckers every day. It's awful. They're like,
it is awful.
They like asked for something. I was drinking a bottle of whiskey. And I was like, no, you guys can have all the beer in the fridge you want. I worked at the brewery at the time.
Yeah.
You have all the beer in the fridge you want. Don't touch the whiskey. Don't touch those 2 beers. And they just bitched about it the whole time. Like this one guy's like, well, I'm not even going to stay here then if you're not going to like share your stuff.
Cool.
Like, very cool.
Off.
Good. Get
Take
out.
a walk. It'll be fun for you.
Yeah, go
They don't
home,
have
which
home,
is the
though,
street. Go to the street.
Some busted up spray painted van that's parked in front of my house.
That's got to be.
That is a true hippie.
Yeah. See,
gross.
See, Steve, those aren't homeless people. Those are hippies.
Sure.
You're dealing with hippies.
But when
hippies,
you say hippie, I think like someone with I don't know. I think like 1960s flower child or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
nope. The times
these people
have
are just
changed.
like dirty and they beg and they like are proud of it.
No,
I think
go to-
generosity is going to bite you in the ass
No.
more often than it won't. Right?
Well,
keep it for yourself.
It can't.
Because there's nothing that will never bite you in the ass.
No. No, that's not true. It will. It can. But here's the thing, Steve. You can go to Venice Beach. Dick's man, Steve. Sorry. You can go to Venice Beach, and there are exactly the person you're describing is a bunch of smelly, dirty hippies who feel entitled to shit that they don't have because they feel like the world should just provide. Right. I talked to this guy at a party one time who was dressed like a Native American. The whitest person. He's whiter than Sean. Sean's the whitest person I'd seen before I saw this guy. Mm-hmm. The whitest person. He's dressed like a Native American, and he sat there and lectured me about how we don't need jobs, we don't need money, because the earth provides everything we want. He said, just go to an apple orchard. Have you ever seen an apple orchard? I'm like, yeah, someone planted those, and someone was paid for them, and someone paid for the seeds, and someone pays for the water,
and
someone's
covered
working.
in pesticides.
Yeah. You think that that's just fucking free food, idiot?
Yeah.
Someone worked hard to get that food that you're stealing. Essentially, you're stealing. You're not getting food from Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you planted those yourself, go ahead, go nuts with your apples that are only going to last you one season. But you definitely need work and currency and money. Those are hippies. Those are.
It's
But
horrible.
yeah, these ATMs in Dubai were weird. You would run your credit card. And then it would give you an option of like $25, $30, $40, whatever you want. And then
donate to Islam?
You would donate to Islamic charities, yeah. And they even had, I think some of them even had drawers for gold. So you could put in jewelry or actual gold coins and things like that. You could just donate. Yeah, it was a really weird thing. I'd never seen that before.
Walk around with like coin purses of gold?
Oh, my friend, everyone in Dubai is a prince. Yeah, they're walking around with gold. Yeah. Well, there's one more. There's the Missionary Church of Copimism. Have you heard of this?
No.
This is really interesting. It's a church from Sweden, and it says that all knowledge is for everyone, and that copying and sharing information is sacred. So it's kind of like a piracy-based religion. And this is their logo. I'm showing them this logo. It's a big digitized K, and then they have a yin and yang symbol where the black part says Control C and the white part says Control V.
So they're very generous with other people's content.
Yeah, they believe that no ideas should be copyrighted, that they are for piracy. They distance themselves from the Pirate Bay, but they do believe that everyone should be generous with ideas and thoughts.
That's great when you have no ideas. Try having an idea, then you get a problem.
That's a cool logo. I'm going to put this on a shirt and sell it. How's that as a fuck you to their ideology? But yeah, man. Anyway, generosity, I think, is a big solution.
All right, last one.
Yeah.
Cans. That's my solution. Not talking about boobs.
Oh, okay.
You can't recycle a box. You can recycle a can.
That's fucking bullshit. Of course you can. You can recycle boxes, buddy.
No. They don't recycle very well. They fall apart.
That's just
they turn into mush. Aluminum, oh, baby. You can recycle that thousands of times. Cardboard, maybe 2, and you're done. That's done. It's a huge waste. You want to drink a box of Diet Coke? No. You want to drink a can of Diet Coke. You want to get your oil shipped to the U.S.? In a box? No.
Yeah.
You want to get it shipped in a barrel.
a container. A container's a big box. A storage container. Yeah.
No. A barrel is like a big can.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's a
Why?
barrel?
Would it be a cylinder?
Yes,
that's just a round tube. That's a round box.
Can has one side. A can does all the work of a box with one. Why do the work of 6 sides when you can just use one side? Right? Cans are 6 times better than boxes. Boxes can go fuck themselves. You know how many cans are made worldwide every year? 475 billion cans are produced worldwide every year for food and beverages and other shit. You know how many boxes are made every year? Who cares? Because boxes suck.
Boxes are. You know what? They ship cans of goods in boxes.
Bigger
dickhead.
cans.
No, they don't.
Cans are much safer though.
No.
They
cans
should
roll.
ship them
Cans
in
roll.
cans.
If you drop a can, there's only one chance. Like, let's say you're standing on a hill, and someone hands you a can of soup, and say, "Dick Masterson, here's some soup because I'm generous. I'm sharing my clam chowder with you." Right? You take. They hand you the can. And if it slips and falls out of your hand, there's only one shot of that can landing on one end. Otherwise, it's going to roll down that fucking hill, and you're out of soup.
There's someone wrote a song about that.
What?
Like I lost my poor meatball.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a classic.
When you get pissed off, do you open up a can of whoop ass or a box of whoop ass? Box of whoop ass is ridiculous. You would never open up. You could have to get a box cutter out. Can you just pop the top, man? That's it.
Let
Cans.
the whoop ass flow.
Yeah, exactly. Pandora had a box.
Yeah.
You know who has a can?
Huh.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Right?
No, Dick.
Right?
You can't put
Right?
anything in that. Well, you can put one thing in that can. Am I right, gentlemen?
Yeah.
My penis.
Cans are lightweight like no other packing materials could withstand. the heat required to store foods. What are you going to store food in a box?
Yeah.
Light it on pure.
People put food in boxes all the time.
Idiots put food in boxes. You don't put
Box.
food in boxes.
You get a box of popcorn.
A box of spaghetti.
Box of spaghetti. Sure. Dick's man, Steve. I don't know whose side you're on here, but it's pissing me off. Whose side are you on here? Are you saying that sarcastically? Because I would eat a box of
You
spaghetti.
eat a box of spaghetti.
Yeah, man. Chinese food, Chinese leftovers come in boxes, not cans. And by the way, I would drink wine out of a box, not out of a can. You give me wine out of a can, I'll spit it in your face.
No. You put wine in a can and carry it around, and it looks like you're just drinking a Coke.
No, it tastes like tin. You're cutting your mouth. You don't cut your mouth open when you eat food out of a box. You cut your mouth open when you eat food out of a can. That's a fact.
Steel recycling is rated 66%. I'm reading the wrong stats. Look, it's more efficient to have cans. Look, fuck these numbers. Cans are better than boxes.
It's only more efficient to recycle. Sounds like you brought in recycling as your solution, Dick. But seriously, what is a can but a round box? It's essentially a round box. You brought in boxes, buddy. And by the way, when you get a big box of you get a bunch of soup at stores, right? And they ship them to the stores in boxes. Otherwise, those cans will be rattling around all over the place. In fact, cans are such problems that they sometimes have to put big plastic rings around those, right? Just to keep them together so they don't roll all over the place. A roly-poly. That's your solution.
You know what is a spaceship? Basically a can.
A box.
With wings.
No.
A spaceship is just basically a round can with wings on it. You're going to get to space in a box? You're going to send up your stupid satellites? Where would NASA be without cans? Nowhere.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think cans roll, and that's inconvenient.
All right, that's my solution. So are we going to get into the final chapter of the trilogy?
I mean, I'm more than willing to share.
You're more than willing to share? So last time we left off, we met about a year ago at Burning Man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
You were having some problems. And some normal problems. Nothing weird, but
Nothing super weird.
no job, girl problems.
My girlfriend at the time thought it would be cool to sleep with, like, I don't know, 4 dudes
Oh, yeah, I remember that,
while
man.
living at my mother's house, and then one of those dudes happened to be like my childhood friend from middle school. But like, no big deal. I learned
Cheating, a big problem. We
yeah.
brought that in recently. It's a big
It's a problem.
problem. You would vote
it's
for
a
that.
big problem. I would
So
vote it.
we met up, and I said, "Hey, come live with me for a while. Figure it out in L.A."
Generous
and
of you.
Generosity. And you watched all of Breaking Bad.
I did.
in my apartment.
I did binge watch Breaking Bad.
And BoJack Horseman.
In my defense, 1 season, but yeah, I did that.
Generosity, maybe not such a great solution after all. Then
Moderation and generosity.
Then we brought it into the podcast. The story.
Well, also in my defense, I did get a couple jobs working as the PA.
you did. It was great. I'm just busting
and
balls.
I went up to Beverly Hills and was told not to get. I didn't get to work there. Not a big deal. Target shut me down. I was too qualified to scan things.
Did Beverly Hills ask where the Winnebago was at?
I wish.
So, your next move after you left LA, and this is where it got brought into the podcast, you went to the Kingdom of Weed.
The Kingdom of Weed.
Right?
Yes.
And just to quickly recap for everyone, you got involved with the Duke of Weed and the Duchess of Weed.
Yeah, more or less.
And as their fairy tale was unraveling, a fairy tale between you and the Duchess of Weed began.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Yeah. No, that's a fun way to put it.
Yeah, thank you. I like to keep it fun because
Yeah.
what we're talking about is aggravated assault. So let's keep it fun and light. What
Fair
happened
enough.
next was the Duke of Weed, in a problem we called chump syndrome, started making very aggressive threats on your life
Yes.
for swooping in on his territory.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
However, she was done with it.
She was
and
done
once
with
a
it.
woman makes up her mind where love is concerned, that's it.
I will make like the one concession for the Duke of Weed, and that is that like I was living at his house, the Duke and Duchess. I was at their house, and then when they split up, I began my romance with the Duchess.
Sure.
Relatively quickly.
How quickly? Like a couple seconds or
like 3 or 4 days.
3 or 4 days?
Oh, days. Come on, that's a lifetime in
So-
relationships,
a
man.
lifetime.
Come on.
So maybe that was a little rude. I don't know.
It's bad form.
It's bad form.
I'll say that it's bad form. How close were you to the Duke?
I met the Duke also at Burning Man a previous year.
Oh,
So
you had some. So this would be almost like someone.
I met both
like
of
Dick.
them at the same time.
So
Right.
this would be like someone you had a relationship with, like Dick, right?
Yeah, I would say similarly. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Even then, not really. Like, I'd met him at Burning Man, but like, Dick and I hung out a lot at Burning Man last year.
Yeah.
Like we were hanging out and stomping around wearing bunny ears and drinking cucumber melon water or something. I don't know.
Dick's man Steve, I'm sorry. This sounds like a violation of the bro code.
Yeah.
the bro code is something for little boys. In real life, there is no bro code.
And big bro. There is a bro.
No,
Are you
no,
kidding?
no,
You're
no,
saying
no,
there's
no,
no
no.
bro code?
No,
You?
man, I think that is homoerotic. Like the whole bro code thing.
Hey, homosexual men have bro codes too, man. They don't sleep with each other's bros.
I think it's
That's where the bro code originated.
From the homosexual community? That doesn't
I hate
feel
the whole
right.
bros before hoes thing.
No, it's not that. That's different. That bros before hoes is playground shit. That's small ball, as you would say, Dick. That is
Yeah.
small ball. But the bro code transcends. Dick, the bro code runs deep in you, my friend.
No.
I've seen it.
Fuck
Oh,
bros.
come on.
What do you mean you've seen it? What
I've
do you
seen
mean?
it. Oh my gosh, Dick Masterson. If I'm in a bar or at a restaurant or something, I'm talking to a pretty lady. When I was single, this guy comes over like a champ. He comes in there, quick jab, wingman, in and out, and I go up to him and I said, "Hey, thanks for doing that back there." He goes, "Yeah, of course." And I see the bro code.
Yeah,
the
but I
stem.
want to see you succeed. Because
Yeah.
you're my friend.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to that's fine. That's like friendship to me. I don't
Yeah.
need to name that something.
Okay.
When it goes beyond that and it's just like two guys who kind of know each other in an ancillary way, that to me is what people mean when they say the bro code that I'm not on board with. I'm like, no. I'm in competition with this gentleman.
Well, there
Here.
is a classic case on the internet. It's a meme that went viral. Somebody on, I think, Google questions or Yahoo questions was saying, it was a woman. She said, "Hey, I found a bunch of websites that look like it could be pornography. I think my husband might be looking at all this pornography, and I'm really worried. Is he cheating on me, et cetera, et cetera?" First comment, most upvoted, was the guy's like, no. It must be an application he must have installed by accident, and that's it. Probably pulled it up. He's probably fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, key
Bro code.
difference there.
Yeah.
No chance of that guy getting laid. If there's a chance of you getting laid, in this case, my man, if there's a chance of him getting laid, totally out the window, every man for himself.
No.
Right? Yeah,
code.
absolutely.
Well, this is a fundamental disagreement.
We're gonna find out what happened here. So that's where we left off.
Yeah.
Is this guy's making threats that he's gonna come back into town, he's gonna kill you?
Yeah, so he's making pretty generic threats. It's fun for me because she'll get these text messages from him and show them to me. They're like riddled with spelling errors. He's like, "I'm gonna eviscerate you and your new lover." I'm like, well,
He says lover.
yeah. I was like, well, I'm glad that you read some poetry, but you
Yeah.
didn't spell any of those words correctly, so that was fun.
Did he accidentally spell it lever?
I didn't know. He misspelled like airplane once, and he just like fired up typing all these messages to her, and then like I got this long string of Facebook messages where he's like, "I'm sorry for being crazy. I'm gonna kill you. I'm sorry for being crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I didn't even speak to him. I was like, all right, listen, I understand. It was a little bit shady of me to go ahead and start a relationship with your ex so quickly. But I did. Things happen. Life is weird.
And then what happened?
So
He
then
comes
what
back into
happened?
town.
He left town. I don't know
Left
if you
town.
got that bit.
Yes,
He
we
took
got
all
there.
of their savings and flew to Greece and burned through a significant amount of money in about 2 months
Sure.
on this like Greece trip to rediscover himself. Or
That happens
whatever
in
it is.
Greece.
Yeah, sure. Every other day was some sob story about how sad he was and terrible he was, and in the end, like the truth came out that he like gave all his money to like homeless kids in Greece because
Being
he wanted
generous.
to do booze and stuff, so get high on drugs. So yeah, he came back into town and was still kind of like generically threatening me and her, and I didn't really care because I'm not interested. He's not like in my life. I don't see this dude. He's like, he took her truck. He kept like yelling about how it was his. And she got tired of arguing with him and like him showing up and like demanding to have it, so she just gave it to him. So
It's
now
like
we're
a
like,
cartoonish villain. Like
it is
Biff
kind of
Tannen
cartoonish.
from Back to the Future.
It feels a little, and more or less, I'm like, whatever. He can say shitty stuff about me because I do feel a little bad about the quickness of the,
You still sound like you
Whatever.
feel guilty about it.
A little
by
bit.
the way.
I do.
So one fateful night, there's going to be a party
There's a party, a birthday party.
that he's going to be at.
Yeah.
And you opt not to go.
There was a very explicit agreement that was he messaged her and said, "Hey, I feel like I'm being ostracized from my friends. I don't want to be around Steve. I want to go to the party. Can you promise that he won't be there?" And so I said, I don't want to go to that party anyways. I don't know those people. I'm just going to watch math videos because I'm a big nerd.
Okay.
And
You wanted to watch math videos?
Yeah. I downloaded some math videos. And so
That's not going to make you more employable at Target.
no, it's not.
I don't know if you think it is, but
don't
it's
tell
not.
people that. So what happens is he agrees I won't go to the party. It's next door. We live on these little 5-acre plots, and it's on the next 5-acre plot over. And so he goes to the party. I'm not there. I stay at home. And it's the next morning, and I'm just like chilling on the porch. I'm opening my morning beer. I'm enjoying myself.
Sure.
It's beautiful.
Morning beer, classic.
The sunlight's filtering through the redwoods. I can hear the birds chirping, and it's just, it's a good time for me. So then the truck pulls up. And he's in it. And he hops out of the truck. And this guy's got a mohawk, and he's got a throat tattoo. And he's
you're
like,
fucked, man.
he's all, fucked up. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to have to get in a fight for the first time since I was 17. So here we go. And he gets out, and I'm kind of like awkward. I don't know what to say here. So I say to him, cool camper. Because he had put like a camper shell on the truck. And he goes, that's the first thing you're going to say to me?
You fucked up already.
I kind of look around. I go, yeah. And I had the bottle of beer I was drinking was like Swedish. And so I go, well, there's some Swedish writing on this bottle.
Okay, doubling down.
Doubling down on our
Good for you.
conversation. So then he goes, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. And I go, oh.
End of story.
Oh.
Peaceful resolution. That's great.
I go, okay, wow. Yeah, man, it's been kind of crazy the past couple of weeks. I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have moved in like that. We were becoming friends and all this, et cetera, et cetera. And he interrupts me and he goes, no. You have nothing to be sorry for. You didn't do anything wrong. Our relationship was over well before you showed up.
Great.
Boom.
Great.
And I go, all right. Wow, this is cool. Adults. Let's do adult stuff.
Yeah, this is how the adult world
This is how
works.
adult, the dude.
He said we are no longer leavers. We
no
stopped being leavers for a long
We're
time.
not leavers anymore.
Yeah.
So at this point, I do what I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong here, is like the international man symbol for we're cool, and I offer him a beer.
Okay.
That is
Sure.
that is the man.
I
It's
say,
part of the bro code.
Would you like a beer? To which his response is yes. So I start to get up and grab a beer. At this moment, he notices a bottle of Jameson whiskey that I had purchased the previous night that was sitting on the porch.
Okay.
I don't know why. Whiskey porch. I don't know what's going on there, but it was there. And he goes, actually, this'll do. And he takes a swig of it. And then he goes into about like a 20-second rant about how I'm a piece of shit.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like a scumbag and I'm like lower than dirt. And I'm just sitting there kind of picking at the label of my bottle thinking, he's got to get some of this out. Like he's got to kind of rant a little bit. It's reasonable. And then he just domes me in the face with this half-full whiskey bottle.
Ooh.
Like right in the face. Knocks my glasses up. I stand up. I go, you just hit me with a bottle.
Wait, this is your second pair of glasses that have been broken? Or?
Yes. This was that. Yes.
Okay.
I go, you just hit me in the face with a bottle. And he goes, yeah, well, in the fucking face. And I go, yeah, I know where you hit me. We're not doing this right now. You need to leave. So I jump in the car. And not the car, I jumped inside, grabbed like some frozen raspberries or whatever, and put them on my face. And within like 20 seconds, my whole face is like swollen closed.
Yeah, I have a picture of it. I'm gonna show these guys.
And I ended up having like a pretty, like a concussion. I had to go to I went to work the next day and I couldn't like see anything. And I was standing there spacing out. My coworkers are yelling at me like, pick up the speed,
This was at the brewery.
This is
when
at
you
the
were working,
brewery,
right?
yeah. Which I do not work there anymore. The story goes on and on. So yeah, went to the hospital and they're like, you got to go to the ER. I can't, we just think you need to go to the ER because there's only one doctor in this whole county and they work at the ER.
There you go. There's a picture of.
Oh my gosh, that looks like a giant
Jesus.
cockroach is just on his eye. It's it's pure black.
Price
I can't
fight.
see anything.
That's immediately after I was hit, right? Do you
Yeah.
have the picture like
I
2
do.
days
Wait
later?
a second.
do.
You got hit and you took a selfie.
Yeah, it's
I
hilarious.
probably would too,
It's
but
funny.
yeah, of course.
So like the next couple days, both eyes swelled up and they're black. Like I even still have like some bruising and stuff now, and this was bad.
Your eye
Back
looks
in-
good,
You're lucky
man.
you didn't lose the eye.
Yeah,
I could have like an inch lower, I would have been blind forever. An inch
Yeah.
to the right, I would have been templed and domed and dead.
And
so.
now, how are you and the girl? How are you faring? Is the
Are you
last
still-
thing
you're
you
still
want?
dating her?
I'm still
Yeah.
dating her. Yeah, definitely. So there was like a hiccup. She got evicted. We got evicted, I guess, as a team. It turns out her landlord
Hey.
is like this huge scam artist, and he like sold the house while we were living there.
You know what? Both of you should move into Dick Masterson's apartment.
Smart.
The gift of Burning Man that keeps giving. I can't wait to see what exciting.
Right there.
Oh my gosh, dude, you look like shit in that picture. Both of his eyes.
You're a hero. You're a chivalrous man. You fought a dragon. Literally, literally, you fought a dragon for this woman. You'll be together forever. All basically thanks to me.
Thanks. Yeah,
this whole series of events started because of me.
Yeah.
End of the episode.
All right. My solutions this week were NASA and generosity.
Mine are lenses and cans.
Lenses and cans. Cans delivered in boxes. Go vote up boxes.
Thanks for coming by, my man.
Thanks,
thank
Man
you.
Steve. Yeah.
It was fun.
Hey, Dick, I gotta say that not putting a comma the right way is like the biggest bag of sand thing I've ever heard. The roll-up bit is supposed to be on the outside. If it rolls down, it's right. If you have to pull the stupid thing out from the inside, you got it on wrong. It's fucking simple.
You know what? I want to see these guys in an under-pressured scenario, an under-pressure setting, put a condom on the right way the first time.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Who the pressure is on with me? The chick. She's under pressure, buddy. Because I'm sitting there. I'm like, TikTok, baby. She's putting it on with her mouth. There you go. There's a bags of sand comment. Bullshit.
Then you're kissing a condom-flavored mouth the whole time you're banging her.
Yeah, that's a stupid idea.
No. No. Because she gets the flavor
smell
out.
horrible.
They
and
smell
certainly
horrible,
don't taste
man.
good.
No, man.
You've seen a condom before.
I don't have to worry about the taste of the condom in her mouth because the next chick she's making out with, also in my bed, is going to get that flavor.
Okay. A weird, elaborate fantasy.
It's not a fantasy, buddy. I've never had normal sex. I've only had threesomes.
All right.
In the Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Sean.
With other guys plugged into the Oculus Rift.
Fuck you. They're all
hot babes
They're all
making out
10s.
with each other.
They're all 10s. Every girl I've ever banged a 10 or an 11. I deign to bang a 10. Are you kidding me?